Hi! Hey! Hi! It's me, your Void. And August is upon us! So usually in August there would be a Madness, but as G from Book Roast has announced on her Discord, the Aurelia Madness will be pushed by a month because life be lifing, I guess. So now I have to come up with my own TBR for August, which is kind of rude. So this is exactly what I'm going to do now. First things first, little disclaimer, I don't know how much reading I will get done in August because I'm not here for 2 weeks. I am going to have a little staycation at my aunt's house because she is going on vacation and someone has to babysit her house and the dog and the demon spawn that is the guinea pig living in that household. So I don't have access to all of my books for 2 whole weeks. How would I cope? So I factored that into my TBR planning. Another thing I am going to put into the whole planning is the fact that for the first 2 weeks, from the 1st of August to the 13th of August, Jan Agaton is hosting the full Moon Readathon again, 3rd time this year, and that is exactly when I'm leaving. So we take my staycation, and we take the full Moon Readathon, and we mush it together, and we sprinkle on top the fact that I'm still in a mood reading mood, and we get whatever the fuck this TBR is going to be. So the full Moon Readathon is the first 2 weeks of August, and there are 4 different characters that you can choose. And each character comes with 2 reading prompts and 1 activity prompt. But because I can't decide on anything for myself, I'm just going to expand that for me for the whole month. But in turn, I try to hit as many of the prompts as I can. Now there's 1 reading prompt that I know I can't hit because I am so not in the mood of reading a classic, and I don't have poetry collections because I'm not really one for poetry. So So of the total 8 reading prompts, I can do 7. And for 6 of them, I have picked out books. What books, you ask? Well, let me show you. So the first character on the full Moon Readathon thing is the Mummy, which has the reading prompts of reading a paperback and reading something that you have owned for a long time. For the paperback, I go with the first Percy Jackson novel. I always was kind of put off by the whole cult-like fandom around Percy Jackson, but then I did an oopsie and I watched the Disney Plus show and I enjoyed the Disney Plus show, and now I'm like, maybe I want to read it. And then my sibling was like, I have book 1, do you want? And I was like, I guess. So now I have book 1 and I am going to read it for the paperback prompt. Yay. And for the read something you have owned for a while now, I am going to finally read Poppy War. You know, the book everyone was raving about a couple of years ago? I have it. I had it since everyone was raving about it. I just never picked it up and read it. So now I will. Do I really have to explain what this is about? Because I don't know. All I know about this is that it is very brutal and very cool? I don't know. Listen, I heard high fantasy, I heard war, I'm in. And apparently this trilogy broke a lot of people. I saw people cry because of this series. So this is exactly one of the books that I should be reading, that I should be enjoying. So I'm finally reading this. I also have the audiobook for this. So even though she's a chonker, I should be getting through her at a steady pace. Hold for plane. Then I'm actually excited to read this one. I'm in a massive reading mood right now, so every book looks attractive at the moment. And with these 2, I already have my chonkers out of the way. This is almost 500 pages long and this is 667 pages long. Yay! And that is for the Mummy. The next one is The Raven, and The Raven has the classic/poetry prompt that I cannot do. And the second prompt is read from an author you like. I have a lot of those, so I will make this my dedicated Moon read, and I will just pick that out whenever I fancy it. Then we have the clown character. I hate clowns. And the clown prompts are to read a book that has humor in it, whatever that may be, and to read a book with a colorful cover, which is definitely something that I have tripped over saying so many times. Good words. And for the book with humor, I am a good little reader, and I pick up a book by a German author, so I have to translate the title. The title is Bad Karma, and in this one we follow a woman who has just won a very prestigious TV award that she was working her ass off to get. But on her way home, space debris hits her and kills her. And then she wakes up as an ant because her karma was apparently very bad. And now she's trying to fix that situation by A, getting good karma, and B, she is trying to save her marriage as an ant. I have read from this author before. The other book I read by this author was Suddenly Shakespeare, where a woman goes to therapy because her mental health is just sucky and her life right now is sucky, and then something happens and she wakes up in the body of William Shakespeare. And they hang out in Will's head together, and they need to navigate some not so great situations, and she helps him through some grief, and she helps him write his next play, and during this little stint in the past she learns to love herself, and the second she accepts this whole thing and she does the whole if you can't love yourself, how the hell can you love somebody else, the second she learns that lesson she is catapulted back into the present, and she now likes Shakespeare. I had fun with the Shakespeare one, so I think I will have fun with the lady that turned into an ant. It's giving Kafka. And the colorful cover is going to be Newton's Law of Attraction, which is an ebook I picked up eons ago. I think that is one of those stuff your Kindle impulse buys. Hold for truck. In Newton's first law of attraction, we follow Ben, who finds out, I think shortly before graduation or something, that he and his childhood best friend are actually in love with each other, and they also confess their feelings for each other. But then, life happens, they go parted ways when Ben decides to live closeted because he wants to have the popularity points instead of his best friend being his boyfriend, I guess. I don't know. Then we jump into the future, and Ben is now out and proud teaching, and then the chemistry teacher retires and they get a new chemistry teacher, and oh no, turns out it's his childhood crush, and what are we going to do? Oh no! So that is a short novella, I think, about these two falling in love, and I will do my best not to compare this gay teacher love story to another gay teacher love story that I personally have fallen in love with not too long ago. We'll see how it goes. The fourth character is the werewolf character, and the werewolf character has the reading prompt of read something that somehow involves a wolf, be it in the title or as a character or whatever the fuck, and to read a special edition / something with an alternate cover. For the wolf involvement, I go with Blood of the Pack, which is also a novella that I picked up for Stuff Your Kindle Day at some point. And this says that it is about a wolf and a vampire, and I think they are running a tattoo parlor together. I also think there is a biker gang involved. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, the vampire and the werewolf apparently fall in love, and I don't know. Stuff Your Kindle Day is a blur. I usually just click the button. For the special edition prompt, I don't have an answer because I don't have any kind of special edition. I'm just not about the special edition kind of life. So for once in my life, the whole something was indie published and then picked up by a traditional publisher serves me well, and I'm going to read, this is a whole ass title, The Long Way to a Small and Angry Planet. This apparently, or so I have been told, has the vibes of Farscape and Star Trek, where we have a crew of misfits and they have to live together on a ship for a very long time to do things together, and it's found family and blah 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 blah. This, I believe, follows the crew as they are tasked with punching a hole through the fabric of space to make long travels go shorter. So they are basically making a Stargate, I think. I'm not sure. But this is the traditionally published version of the whole thing, and this is a different cover to the indie published version of this book. So it's a different cover. So I count it. I count it as an alternate cover. Yay. For this one, I also have the audiobook to go along, which yes, I need, because this is again one of those books that has the microscopic print. Thanks for nothing. And I hope this is as good as everyone says it is, and I hope it's what I want to read right now. So this is it. This is the stack of books I plan on reading in August. This has to be my shortest August TBR in years since Aurelium started. I don't know which one of the books I will take with me on my staycation. Probably the ebooks, because it's just convenient. And maybe this one. I don't know. I'm just going to pack whatever I feel like. It's probably going to be all of these books, because again, I don't have self-control. That's my TBR for August. I like it. We see how it goes. Leave your prediction to when I change my TBR in the comments below. Also, take a guess at what prompt I will switch out first. Just, you know, for funsies. If you don't want to make any kind of prediction on my inevitable downfall, leave the dog emoji in the comments, I guess. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!